Banter fam, happy Wednesday. I woke up with energy, baby. So you're about to have a high energetic show. We do have a pullback at the moment. So I want to show you guys this over here. Here we got Bitcoin. So Bitcoin did start to break out the big trend. And now we're coming in for some important support levels. So I want to speak about these important support levels. I see tons of altcoins coming to really good higher low territories. Okay, of really looking at loading up and even starting some good position trades. And right now we are just fighting the wall at this $86 to $88,000 zone over here. Remember, this is where the short squeeze level is sitting. So after this, big move back to the late 90,000s, right? And this is what we want to be a part of. So again, this is where you zone in. This is where people quit. This is where people are removed very, very, very quickly. The entries you're about to get in these major levels are going to play a massive role to your recovery. And again, you are going to be a part of the 20% club that are actually going to make money within crypto. So I got multiple altcoins to speak about today, speak about the levels, speak about where's the next support. Bitcoin's at 83 now. Are we maybe going to go into the late 70s? We can have a look. Where do we want to see strong bounces and what is healthy? That's the important thing. And what do we do with our damn long-term bags and our trades as well? Plus, I have a couple of techniques to show you guys. Later on at the end of the show, I'm going to teach you guys a couple of strategies. The one will be a leverage strategy, the one will be a swing, and the one will be a long-term strategy that I just want to resharpen a couple of tools. So today you can learn something. Learn something in the red days, therefore the green days. You are smarter, you are better, therefore the reward is a lot bigger. If you're going to do the same thing, same results. Let's change that from today. No more wasting time. Let's go.
I try and help everyone in my space, and this is what I get. I try and fight the devils, but inside I'm just like 𝗧𝗿𝗍𝗱𝗏. Welcome to Sheldon Show.
That's a fam. If you're to the channel, hit the subscribe button. What's up? How are we doing? I know markets are still chopping a little bit, right? But mentality high. Keep the vibes high, right? Keep yourself focused in the hard times. I promise you, not only in trading, not even in making money in life. You can pick that head up in the red days. You're winning. You're winning. Today, I want you to feel like you are winning the battle, baby. You are taking control and you are the damn boss. Okay, so how are we doing? Remember to smash up the like. Smash the like. If you are all in your crypto right now, smash the like. If you are 60% down and ready to make it all back, smash the like that you are better and smarter and braver and stronger and you ain't going nowhere. I want to see, baby. I want to see. Hit the likes up. Let's jump straight into it. So, guys, what we have here on Bitcoin is we do have a breakout of trend, and we are actually very near bounce zones, right? For us to know that this is a true breakout, it basically means that we want to see Bitcoin's trend start to kind of change, right? Because what we've seen initially is we have seen little breakouts, right? We have seen strong pushes. But the problem after that is we don't hold supports, right? So we basically have this down trail and then we have a big pop, but then we kind of lose the important levels that kind of gets us to trickle back to the downside. This is where we have to pay attention to today. Now, again, you're going to go through a war, right? Because right now we are definitely fighting a war when it comes to staying alive within crypto. But you got to understand that all of these attempts that get trickled down and get trickled down and trickled around, this is the hard war you got to fight, right? Until we actually have the real push, where we have a push up and a small pullback, and we actually break out of that. Guys, once we get out of that, right, and we start that again over there, the pain gets undone, and the work then comes into play, right? This is where you really start to see the reward again, okay? And you'll also really start to get that hope and that understanding back of how fast you start to build back. So again, we have been here before. We've actually been here multiple times, okay? And therefore, because we failed a few times before this, kind of flushed a bunch of people out. You know, think about it. Here, 20% flushed out, 20% flushed out, 20% flushed out. And what you have is you basically have this neutral field where a lot of people have been sucked out, basically been flushed out, and you kind of lose this hope, right? I want you to continue with the hope. I want you to understand that all we are doing is catching the first sign, because this is the hardest and the bravest that you can be within crypto. And to be honest, this is the way that you make a lot of money within crypto, is when you are the strongest and bravest, right? Very, very, very important, which means that uncomfortable, when you feel like throwing up, you probably should go scratch around for some money to buy, right? That is when it shows true power, okay? Because the running away when things get tough and stuff like that, that's kind of how the world works. And I actually saw a very interesting tweet this morning, Okay, and the tweet said this, because today I want you to have damn conviction, right? A lot of conviction, very important. I saw this tweet where this lady said, you think crypto's hard? How about working a job for 40 years and not being able to retire, right? What's harder, right? So again, that was such a big realization for me, in the sense of, okay, we think this, it's been 3 months, guys, maybe 4, right? Maybe 4 months of chop and hardness, right? But you got to understand that the normal system is 40 years that it makes you broke, right? The normal way of doing things, you maybe get to this period of maybe retiring, and 90% of people don't, right? Why? Because every year you are getting poorer. Every year the money that you are spending is getting weaker. Every year things are getting more expensive. When you're getting a 6% raise within your salary, okay, every year products are going up 20%. Therefore, you are fighting a losing battle. We are here in crypto today because there's a new world. There's a change that is happening. And do you think changes are going to be easy? Right? When the biggest fundamental changes happen to money for humanity, right, it's going to be a little bit of a challenge. But you got to understand that you are fighting for the right team. You are fighting for the new money system and the new change. So I want you to think today, these 4 months are not hard. These temporary losses are not hard. What is hard is to waste your whole damn life and to lay in bed and say, I can't retire right now. And you also don't have the full age to go out and work as hard as what you previously could. You cannot buy time back. Okay, and the normal system that we're in every day takes your damn time. It enslaves you. We think slavery is gone. Bullshit. It's not gone, right? They make you work every day for a damn paycheck, and over time, you are enslaved. You can barely make what you got to do. So have damn convictions today and change your mindset that it's not hard right now. Stay in the damn game, right? Be on the right side of change and when these things shift off. So again, we are here. Have conviction. We are going to go up again. Fight every day like the bottom is in, okay? And be damn ready for when it happens. Don't fumble the ball. What's the stats for those who win lotto? They all go broke after, because why? They never studied money. They never studied money. They never prepared themselves. They never did anything, right? So again, when the reward's about to come to you, make sure you're prepared for the damn reward. Because if you ain't, you're going to fumble. No more fumbling in life. Right? Which means that this time, if you're not picking up the damn books, and I'll bring out so many of them here for you, okay? And if you want, we can even put a damn thing. There is stuff for you to do, okay? Stop wasting time of moaning and being upset. Get damn smarter, because your life's about to change. Okay, so let's jump into the charts and let's get speaking. Okay, so again, we are breaking out of the wedge. Treat it like it's the damn bottom. And you know what? We will be prepared for downside. Why? Because we've just went through 4 months of it, right? 4 months of fake outs, okay? We're kind of good there. We kind of understand. If you have made it this far, you can make it through any other little fake out now in the future, okay? But look at this already. Look how, as we talk now, a little bit of greenness. At any point now, we get out of this damn range and Bitcoin goes back into free land territory. And when it does, this is where things get interesting. This is where you are going to be sitting here at the bottom smiling. Well, the rest of the world are coming in and understanding, should I be buying? Should I be getting in? Should I be doing these type of things? You are sitting back, baby. Bring the money to me, right? Which shows you, and remember what I've also taught a lot within schools, within all of that, I work hard for a week, 2 weeks for my entries that pay me for multiple months, right? Which means that I don't work hard for multiple months. It means I work hard in a certain period, and I always say that period is when no one is fishing. The hardest territories you get is when I'm building. When I'm telling you guys I'm opening trades, and now I get stopped, and this one, I'm fighting for the reason where it is hard. Because after this phase, once we start breaking out again, I got nothing to do but just make money. I got no trades to go take because I got the best entries. I have nothing to do other than enjoy the damn ride. Right? And that's the difference. Where everyone else is going to come fumbling back in because they disappeared over the hard periods, and then they're going to be wondering what the hell to do. Therefore, they buy the tops. Therefore, they go through the bear cycles, where we're sitting at the bottom and we can withstand these things. Because remember, when this market starts moving up again, liquidation wicks are coming back. Okay? But if we are sitting at the bottom and we have enough of that space, we are not going to get destroyed by that. The rest of the market will. Okay? So let's go back in here and show you guys yet again. This is the plan over here on Bitcoin. So let's go over here and show you the chart. We are in a green zone, okay? Which means there are entries right now. We're going to run our whole lives. We're going to say, you know what? I feel sick. let's go, right? This is what you pay attention to. So again, we are straight back into this fat green zone over here. We have important supports. Now let's speak about this. The important supports now is this 82,000 to 83, 84,000. This is kind of where we want to start to see either a little slowdown for a couple of hours, maybe a day or so, and start breaking up, or an immediate bounce, right? I could see now that the 4-hour RSI is making its way down to the bottom, okay, and the 8 hours RSI is nearly at the bottom, okay, which means a temporary bounce is incoming. And if this is what it looks like, okay, and the bounce comes, this is looking good. This is looking strong. And all we want to see from here is a break of the highs, and that's where we know there's a fat short squeeze that can wake it up. I even got Matt from Club over here that's going to speak about a couple of the liquidation levels. So I'm excited to see what he's seeing on the charts over there too. Okay, so right now we have that. Now let's speak about if it's a fake out. Things don't work too well. Then what I'm seeing is I am day by day starting to get closely convinced that the bottom is going to be in these areas here, okay? And the bears kind of have one more shot, let's say, right? To really, if we start breaking in here, they got a shot to send us to that 69. And that's an availability, right? That's why, again, anything that I'm entering now, nice tight stops over here. If it's any trading, if it goes down there, I want to buy, not run away, not quit crypto. I want to buy, right? I want to get the best entries of my life if that happens, okay? But so the warning signs here is if we start coming into here, then we have a 79. How do I know that support? Because it's a very important Fibonacci level of 618, $79,000, and we do have maybe 772, right? Right now, I'm not thinking about that option. I'm thinking about the bull option over here, but I do know protect myself here because if we go in here, I need to make some money and I need to make sure I buy the bottoms, right? Now, let's speak about bull scenario. What I want to see now today, okay, is I want to start to see this climb up. There's a small short squeeze from 86 to 88. That's very likely if we start pushing up now, this is where we're probably going to get a little bit stuck. Okay, we might fake through a little bit, do something like this, then we pop. Okay, that is the current plan that I'm trading. Therefore, I'm fighting my butt off over here. Again, I said yesterday that there's two scenarios here. There's altcoins that are in break of trend buy zones right now. An example, I'll go here to Solana. Okay, there's Solana. Out, breakout, all of this here is green major support, right? There we go. So Sol is something I'm very much paying attention to, some buys today and some opportunities. If I'm a little bit scared that it might go a little bit lower, all I do is I zoom in here, pop a fat little 1 hour trend in here, and I buy the break of trend. Fantastic, right? There are ways that you can predict, and there's ways that you can move with the market. Okay, so if you're worried about, I don't want to guess right now in case it goes down and I lose money, then just use a damn trend line. Right? These are remember, the one is prediction. The one is price comes down and I want to guess where the price is. The tools that you use here are Fibonacci's, support and resistance. There was previous data here. If there is a previous high or low that's sitting in the same area as a Fibonacci, it's telling you where the buy zone is. The next thing that I want to see if it goes there is the RSI at the bottom on that time frame. If we're at the zone, and I have a horizontal support, a Fibonacci, and an RSI at the bottom, boom, I'm taking a damn entry. Okay, so that is a little bit of tools to use if you want to predict the market and buy these damn pullbacks. If you want to just move with the market, then you will see that when an altcoin breaks and makes multiple moves like this, you put the damn trend line in. Okay, if it's a 2-touch trend, it's a 50% chance it's going to be correct. If it's a 3-touch trend, it's a 60%. 4-touch 70, and the highest side goes around 70 to 80%, which is a 5-touch and more. Which means if you really want to make money today, find the altcoin that has 5 touches on a trend line and wait for the damn trend to break. Because when that trend breaks, okay, you just put your stop loss at the bottom over there, and your risk is small and your reward is big. I take this tool again, and I remind you, you pop in this tool here, put it in over there. That's what you want to see when you're entering trades. Okay, why? Because what it basically means is, oh, I got stopped out. Okay, then I take another trade like this. Oh, I got stopped out again. I make the next trade. Oh, I'm back in the profits and for. Why? Because every time I'm entering trades, I'm entering when they've pulled back and the risk is lower and the reward is big. Therefore, when my one reward comes, it pays for multiple losses and more. Now, what happens when you have 2 or 3 or 4 rewards in a row? You start to compound incredibly fast. Therefore, by understanding where Bitcoin is right now, when you get through this little patch over here and we start trending again, you are at any point about to get 5, 10 trades right. So yes, you'll be getting them wrong or maybe taking haircuts. What happens about the other side? Guys, there's reasons why there's still thousands of people watching the shows now. Why there's still thousands of people inside of crypto. Because you make the money back. And you make it back quicker, right, than what you actually lose it. Otherwise, why would anyone be in crypto? Why would 𝗦𝗃𝗃𝗍𝗪 sacrifice his whole business to buy Bitcoin all the time, right? It's the power of understanding. So again here, that's the plan. Now, let's go through. A couple of altcoins are still in trends. ETH was popping its head through, broke down, but ETH has just hit a big support. Good areas to focus on some buys here. Okay, zoom in here, and you could see that if you pop a damn little trend line in here, we are not far from a nice little leverage traders, right? When you break the short-term trends, buy, put stop loss below, and let's go. But also know that just above it, okay, and I'm going to teach you guys something now quickly, okay, it's just above it is the main trend line. So how does Sheldon's brain think? Sheldon's brain thinks that, hey, this thing's fake out all the time, but I know where I'm fighting. I know that the next major break to the upside can be up to 100% on my altcoins, right? How do I know that? I zoom out and I look at the damage that's been done. And I say, okay, 50% of that damage gets undone, like it has done every time in history, okay, that we have crashed 90% and we have recovered, right? Many, many, many times have we recovered, right? That is 100% trade for me, just to halfway from where we went. That's ETH to 3K, okay? So this is like, oh, I don't want to fumble these entries. These entries are important. So the way that I think is, I know it's choppy, so just keep managing that risk. So what do? I look at when does a short-term trend break here, enter a 2-3x leverage as an example, put stop loss below. Okay, I get stopped out, take 10% loss. Okay, cool. Continue. But when I get the one and we pop up here, now I'm seeing some profits, I can adjust and go to a 5x leverage, and it breaks out 10x leverage. Build myself up all the way to a 30-40x leverage. And again, this is with way smaller parts of my portfolio. But these smaller parts are going to be just as much buying power as my bigger parts of my portfolio, right? That's the power. So I use way less money and more lives, but I can build it into whatever the hell I want, right? If I build positions up to there, that's amazing, but let's zoom out now, okay? And from here now, let's say I use this piece now. This piece over here. I decide, you know what? Instead of worrying about money, I'm going to use this piece over here to build my positions, right? To build them over the next couple of days, next couple of weeks, build the sizes that I want. Because remember, if I have $1,000 and I manage to build it up to a 40x over a 2, 3, 4 weeks, I have $40,000 long. Not $1,000, I have $40,000 long, right? But I also know that going on a 40x right now is stupid, right? But on a 2x, 4x, 6x, and I build it up over a couple of things, great. So why don't I use from $1,500 to $2,000 on ETH to build my positions? And then the pop from ETH from 2,100 to 2.8, I take profits. Therefore, on my $40,000 position, I use this period over here, which is up to 30% on the price, to get to my 40K position size, right? And then this pop happens over here, and I make 40% on $40,000. I just made $16,000 on $1,000. Okay? This is why you do school. This is why you are inside a sniper club. This is why you do these things, because you have the tools and the ability to make it back when you need to make it back, right? So what I am doing personally, guys, is I am sacrificing 20% of the next pump as it's coming now, at any point now, to build positions. And this pop over here is where I'm going to reap my reward. And I'm telling you that by the time that we get 50% recovery from this whole wave here, I'm going to have more money than what I had in December. Okay? Because I'm going to use the tools and the skills that I have in these areas. So I've taught you now. Now let's get back to the damn chart. Okay, so again, here on ETH, all I'm focused on is good supports. Right now, if you don't believe there's a lower low, these are the supports to focus on buys right now. RSIs are getting down, right? We look at the 4 hour. Let's have a look. RSIs at the bottom. So it's telling us a midterm bounce is incoming at any point, right? These are strong supports. If you want to be conservative, wait for the damn trend lines. Some altcoins are in. There is VET. I spoke about VET yesterday. Fat in the zone right now. Beautiful. Okay, Ondo, fat. Okay, but what's nice about Ondo is you still have the big trend after that. So you see how we broke this midterm trend and we're testing now. This is a little bit early entry than what you're getting from the rest. And that gives me an idea. If I start building here and we start breaking here, it gives me that opportunity to also put my stop loss at entry, which is great, and also add to position if I want to, right? We go through here. Solana's in fat zone, XRP. Let's actually go through XRP here. Clear up. Okay, so XRP has popped this little support over here trend, which is important to understand. So this is what you do now. Okay, so let's go in over here. Let's zoom in. So let's get the top trend in. This top trend we are still holding really nicely. The next thing I want to see now is I want to zoom in here, and you see these fibs. When I say I want to guess where's the bounce zones, I want to see where we're bouncing. We're on 618. Okay, so before I get too bearish on this, I must know that this can definitely be a bounce zone, which means if I'm buying here, nice protections just below over here, right? And then if I'm worried of that, you can also put that top trend line in and over there as well. So again, it did give us some insight. It's dropping the bottom trend, but I got to understand that the bottom trend line is a 2-touch trend line. So the 50% chance that it is accurate. And you know what? It broke it and it pulled back, but now it's sitting into support. So pay attention to the pattern that's forming and where it's sitting at. I'll go in fat zone, say in fat zone. So again, zoom out, look at where we are. Breakout of trends on support, support trend, on support 618 on these areas. These are looking good. Casper in support zone. My Lovely Planet in support zone. I was looking at these this morning as well. Doge, I think these are good entries on Doge, specifically spot, right? Look at Cardano, good entries. Look at Near Protocol. This is very good, actually. I like Near a lot over here as well. Okay, let's bring up Matt. So I'm going to go through my analysis quickly. Then I'm going to bring up Matt. So my analysis tells me that there was some liquidations to hit Bitcoin at the early 80,000s. There might be some sitting at 79, but where the real liquidity is sitting is at between the 87 and 88,000, and then into the 90s. There should be a lot of liquidation sitting in those areas. Matthew, how are you, sir?
Hello, mate. What's up?
Are you staying alive, bro? Are you keeping club alive there? Putting in more effort than ever?
Yeah, we're doing our best. We're doing our best,
doing
mate.
Your best. Trying to stay motivated. It's been crazy. It's been crazy. What are you seeing, sir? If you want to share your screen there, we'd love to see what you're seeing on Bitcoin, and what you're seeing when it comes to liquidation levels and all of these type of things.
Yeah, let's do it. All right, we've got here liquidations. There we go.
Okay, let's see if we share screen. Okay, there we go. Let's just pop. Yes, sir. Okay, what are we seeing?
All righty. So, mate, you were talking about that 86 to 87 range, right? So this,
yes,
everything to the right of the red line is liquidation levels for anyone that was shorting the market. So as we're heading up towards those areas, wanting those short squeezes, this is what we're seeing here. So anywhere from that 86,400 up to around about 86,900, you're talking about that liquidation zone. So there's liquidity sitting there. It's going to be a little bit of a resistance area.
At the chart here. So that's where we stopped yesterday. So that's where the wall's sitting.
Yeah.
So from here to here is that little wall. Now I'm quite interested to see what's basically maybe showing a little bit above that.
Yeah, so actually above that, there isn't a great deal above it. So if we can get through that and get the squeeze, we've got like a little bit of a free run happening there, you know, and hopefully that gets people piling on with their market buys and we can push that price up.
What that means, so sorry, I'm just bringing it up so we can keep seeing it with the chart here. So that means that the bears are holding this liquidation sitting over here, right? All the people that shorted here, right? This area over here, that's where the liquidations are sitting, right? And then after that, no liquidations. Why? No resistance, right? I'm telling you where the other liquidations are sitting, they're sitting the late 90,000s. Therefore, confirming that short squeeze we're talking about, where there's this wall that we just have to break this wall. When we get through this wall, there's a gap, right? And I'd love to see, Maddie, maybe we can pop on again tomorrow to see if you can go look at a little bit of the higher numbers and see maybe we can try get to see what's if Bitcoin goes. I remember that Israel said that there's up to, it's a lot. I think it's 20 or 30 or 40 billion liquidated Bitcoin goes to 100K.
Yeah. So I mean, even just where we are now, up to that, the top of that sell wall, we're talking about a bit over $2 billion, $3 billion actually. So there you go. And that's just in that really small little window. So you imagine to the upside, it'll be big, right? There's lots of people that were shorting the market from way up there. So there's a lot to be taken.
So all I heard from there was people are going to lose 3 billion. How much of that do I want to make? That's all that I heard. You know, that's it, because that's the truth, right? It's exchange of hands. Someone's going to make that
I'll
money,
split
right?
it with you. We'll go halves. It's fine.
Halvesies, okay. Amazing. What else are you seeing on maybe ETH and Sol? Would love to see maybe one or two of the alts as well.
Yeah, let's look at ETH there, mate, because I know that you're building up that amazing position on ETH. So we can have a look at that as well. So this is like the lay of the land on ETH. So we're talking about the major resistance wall is going to be at that $1,500 mark roughly that you were talking about as well. Sorry, at the 1695 to 1700. Sorry,
I love that there's nothing after that. You see, there's a short squeeze.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, there's a short squeeze. When we get through that level, keep fighting. When we get through that, it's gonna fly. Okay.
Yeah.
Amazing. And Solana.
And then the interesting thing of this, mate, is you're seeing these things on the charts. This is what we've been trying to teach them in 𝗦𝗨𝗧𝗏 Club. Is we're seeing these resistance levels on the chart. So from a charting perspective, it's right there. This is just reinforcing why there is resistance there, and it tells the story for people. And then it makes it easier for you now to look at a chart and go, well, there must be a heap of shorters there. Therefore, there's liquidity. It's resistance on the way back up. Away you go. So we're just about, we're educating them on that. So Solana, you're talking about 134, right? That's that next level.
Yeah, that's the highs. Exactly. And then there's a squeeze to $190. Guys, this is a big move. Let's get through this patch. I'm telling you, let's get through this patch. And it's going to be absolutely incredible after that. Maddie, I heard you coming to Token 2049, sir.
I'm there, mate. Leaving next week. Yeah, I'm there.
And then you're coming to South Africa after.
I am. I'm coming to hang with you guys. Yep.
Amazing. What can people look forward to in club this week, sir? First, from your side,
in this week,
in club. You spend a lot of time
like
in
this
club.
week.
You're part of the community. Why should, not even this week, just why should people be in 𝗦𝗨𝗧𝗏 Club? Like, you know, why should they be at this time in the market right now? Why is it important?
Yeah, like right now it's important because this is like your banging motivational speech before is like now's not the time to quit and to walk away. Now's the time to double down and to work hard and to learn and really focus on your strategies and your processes and getting yourself super disciplined. And that's one thing all the mods and all of the entire team, we've been working really hard on doing that. We're on getting everyone's systems in place, talking about psychology as well as trading systems, how to adapt to the different market conditions, how to long, how to short. And in order to help along with that education, we've created a few challenges along the way as well, like trading challenges. So we've got a 20 and 7 challenge where we're looking at increasing people's trading portfolios by 20% within 7 days. And then Israel, our scalper, is also doing one $100 challenge where he's looking to help people make $100 a day through scalping.
Nice.
So we've got the educations there to reinforce the tools that you've taught people in school. So we're going to expand on that. And then we've got these little challenges to really get your skills sharpened up and to show you that you can make money doing this. And that's it.
Amazing, bro. From my side, thank you so much, bro. Lots of love. Thank you for putting so much effort in there, and lots of love to the club. Thank you, bro. Anything else from your side?
That's it, buddy. That's it for me. But yeah, we can check in again tomorrow and see where we lay on it all. All right.
Yeah, let's try to find the 100K. I want to see what's happening. Thank you, sir. Lots of love. Thank you. Sweet, buddy. Thank you, bro. Okay, guys, lots of love. My camera's even telling me, Sheldon, you're talking too much crap. You're shouting. Stop shouting so much. So my camera even bugged out. Just want to show you guys again. I'm live today on 𝗦𝗨𝗧𝗏 Club. So here is club. Join the community. Trust me. You're going to get so much smart. It's incredible. It will hold you together in the hard market right now. There is club and there is 𝗦𝗨𝗧𝗏 School if you want to keep getting smarter. I love you lots. I hope the show has pumped you up. Hit the like button one more time. Stay focused, baby. Love you lots. See you all tomorrow. Goodbye.